Would you ever forgive yourself if you let the woman you love slip out of your life forever? I'm Brad Browning, and in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to explain how a naturally occurring hormone inside your ex-girlfriend's mind gives you a foolproof way to make her fall deeply in love with you again, even if she completely ignores you now and swore on her life that she'd never get back together with you. Once you learn how easy it is to flood her brain with this intoxicating attraction hormone, you'll be able to rewire her feelings and reignite her passion for you. You'll be able to create a sense of desire so powerful and uncontrollable that it'll send waves of infatuation coursing through her body. She'll be compelled to call you, text you nonstop, and beg to be with you again, thinking it was her idea in the first place. If you accept her apologies and agree to give her another shot, it'll be a matter of minutes before she's back in your bed, ready to commit like she never was before. And this time, you and your girlfriend can get it right from the beginning. This time you can finally feel like a real couple, without the fighting and jealousy that plagued your old relationship. You can build a deep, devoted bond with this girl and make sure this is the last breakup you'll ever have to endure. This might sound impossible to you right now, but I promise that if you follow my advice and do exactly as I say, you'll be amazed at how quickly she becomes obsessed with the idea of being with you again. She'll be fantasizing about being wrapped tightly inside your arms, and she'll be whispering in your ear those words you thought she'd never say again. I miss you, I need you, I can't live without you. Now I have to warn you, you only have a limited window of opportunity to apply what I'm about to teach you. And the sooner you apply my techniques, the better. So pay close attention to this presentation because this might be the most important 10 minutes of your life. As I said earlier, a single naturally occurring hormone is the key to reversing your breakup and making your girlfriend fall head over heels in love with you again. Maybe you've already heard of this hormone before. It's called oxytocin. Oxytocin is the chemical trigger responsible for physical and romantic attraction. It's a biological mechanism that occurs subconsciously in every woman's mind, generating feelings of sexual arousal, emotional bonding, and a desire for romantic commitment. And once you learn how to use just 3 simple techniques to release this hormone, here's what's going to happen. She's going to start dreaming about you all day long, wondering when you're going to text or call her next. She'll find herself wanting you and craving your touch. And the next time she goes on a date with that other guy, the only thing she'll be thinking of is you. She'll be completely powerless to resist these feelings, and she'll fall back in love with you, genuinely convinced that breaking up was the biggest mistake of her life. But before I explain how to use these 3 simple techniques, I need to tell you something about your breakup that you might hate me for. Whether you saw it coming for months or it came out of left field, the final moments of your relationship went something like this. "This isn't working," she said quietly. "I don't want to be with you anymore." It was like a punch to the gut, creating an overwhelming sense of anxiety you could barely control. With just one sentence, your world came crashing down on top of you. Tears streamed down her cheeks, but that cold, determined look in her eye confirmed that this was real. She really was breaking up with you. It was over. No matter how much you begged, how much you pleaded, or how much you apologized and promised you'd change, it made no difference, aside from making you look pathetic. It was like banging your head against a wall. And what made it even worse was she was lying to you. When she said stuff like, "I just need some time alone," or "I'm just not ready for a relationship right now," it was obvious that these were just bullshit excuses to hide the real reason why she wanted to break up. In the weeks that followed, you spent nights lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering what you could have done or said differently. You probably sent her long, rambling emails and text messages. You waited hours staring at your cell phone, praying it would eventually vibrate with the arrival of a text message or phone call from your ex. And the thought of her with another man made your stomach instantly tighten into a lead ball. No matter how hard you tried to push that horrifying image of her naked with another guy out of your mind, it haunted you night and day. At this point, like every guy in your situation, you probably can't stop wondering, what the hell happened? What did I do wrong to make her fall out of love with me? And what can I do to get her to come back to me? Well, it's simple, really. You need to use the 3 psychological techniques I mentioned earlier to stimulate your ex's brain into secreting oxytocin. Oxytocin is the love hormone, and it's what creates all the incredibly powerful emotions you feel when you're madly in love. When you and your girlfriend were still in that magical phase early in your relationship, when you spent day and night together, barely able to keep your hands off one another for 5 minutes, oxytocin was the trigger that caused those feelings. The more oxytocin the brain produces, the stronger these feelings become. When a woman's brain is pumping out oxytocin at a mile a minute, No amount of willpower or self-restraint can keep these incredibly powerful emotions from overwhelming her. Scientists have known for years that when it comes to love and sexual attraction, humans are slaves to our biochemistry. How does this help you? Well, everything you've been doing so far, the love notes, the flowers you sent her, the countless texts apologizing, all of that was speaking to the rational side of your ex's brain, the brain's left side. But no amount of logic or rational reasoning is going to compel your ex to be attracted to you again. What you actually need to do is engage with the emotional center of her brain, the right side of her brain, because this is where the emotional control center is located. And this is the half of her brain that will go into overdrive when oxytocin is pulsing through her entire body. And once you've tapped into the right side of her brain, you'll be able to tap into her primal instincts, fire up her sex drive, and mold the image of you that she has in the back of her mind. Once you use my 3-step system and have your ex's emotions going crazy, everything else is literally beyond her control. It doesn't matter what she knows is the right thing to do, and it doesn't matter what her friends and family are saying to her. She'll be helplessly and uncontrollably attracted to you, and only you. I call this 3-step system my 3R system: recovery, rekindling, and reattraction. In the recovery phase, I'll teach you how to remold your ex's mental image of you. Without any real work on your part, you'll feed her a constant stream of vivid, passionate, positive memories and force her to relive them again and again. You'll suppress her negative memories and make her focus on the intimate experiences she enjoyed when your relationship was still in that magical phase. Phase 2, the rekindling phase, is where oxytocin comes into play. You'll learn exactly what to say to connect directly with her brain's emotional center and generate the feelings of attraction and arousal that are critical if you want to bypass her defense mechanisms and overpower her rational side. If you do this correctly, the hormones in her brain will do most of the work. The powerful emotions building up inside her will make her feel like she needs to talk to you, to be around you. In the final phase, reattraction, your ex will do most of the work. At this point, you'll be the one in total control. You'll allow her to act on the intense sexual urges that have been building up during the first 2 phases. With a little casual flirting, you'll give her the green light for intimacy, and you'll be able to give her what she's been waiting for so long. I'll teach you how to quickly turn a simple coffee date into a night of intense sexual intimacy, and she'll finally forget why she ever left you in the first place. By touching her body in the right spots and looking at her in a certain way, you'll unlock the fiery passion that's been buried so far. And when all is said and done, her brain will be chemically wired to think of you as her man. So you're probably thinking now, okay, Brad, this process is extremely powerful, and I get that, but how do I get started? Allow me to introduce what I've been working on like crazy for the past 4 years. I call this simple step-by-step system the X Factor Guide. This is a system that I've poured my blood, sweat, and tears into that teaches men exactly what to do, leaving no stone unturned. This comprehensive guide is my pride and joy. It's an idiot-proof program that I've been tweaking and perfecting constantly. Now, this isn't rocket science, but what I can tell you for certain is that you definitely haven't read or heard much of the stuff that I reveal in my program. Sure, maybe you've seen some of my tips regurgitated elsewhere on the internet, but most of it will be new to you. Here's a few examples. The 4-sentence clean slate email that you can copy and paste and send to your ex-girlfriend right now that will help undo any damage you've already done since the breakup. How simply not contacting your ex, like many people suggest, is totally useless and guaranteed to fail unless you set the stage first by using my alpha attraction technique. How memorizing 3 simple sentences will prepare you to take advantage of any encounter with your ex, ensuring you'll never be caught off guard or left wondering what to say. How trying to make your ex jealous is incredibly risky and likely to backfire unless you use my foolproof covert jealousy tactic. The 3 simple text messages that you can send to her right now that will tell her exactly how you feel without making you look needy and without revealing your true intentions. Do this right and she'll feel an overbearing sense of regret. Why you should almost never say sorry to your ex, even if you think you've done something wrong. How my 6 magic words will send a surge of oxytocin to rush through her body, forcing her to create a subconscious association between her memories of you and her deepest, darkest sexual fantasies. Why the nurturing instinct that all women possess gives you a way to slip past your ex's defenses and make her see you as husband material. how to create a sense of mystery that will spark your ex's curiosity to the point where she feels compelled to reach out and contact you, even if she promised herself she wouldn't. Why your ex's friends are one of your best tools that you have at your disposal, and how to get them on your side without your ex ever finding out. As I already mentioned, all this stuff has been proven effective by the thousands of guys I've worked with over the past few years. Take Jacob Durant, for example. Jacob started using my system a month ago, and last weekend he emailed me this update. Jacob says, "What's up, Brad? First of all, to be honest, man, when I watched your video, I was really skeptical because you made it sound so easy. But then I started reading the guide and saw what you were talking about. Exactly 8 days after I started using the system, my ex started replying to all my texts. That never happened before. Eventually, she began sending me longer and longer messages. Last week, she called me for the first time in 4.5 months and asked to meet for a drink after work. And then this past Wednesday, she said that she had been missing me like crazy and really thought we should be more than just friends. Holy shit, I was so happy. Never felt such an incredible sense of relief. I know I have to do things differently this time around, but yeah, I'm on top of the world right now. This might sound overdramatic, but I can honestly say that your system has changed my life. Thank you so much." And here's another voicemail I received last week from Patrick. I'd actually never talked to Patrick before he called and left this message, but as you'll hear, he started following the 3R system about 6 weeks ago and seems pretty happy with how things panned out.
Hey man, my name is Patrick Thomas up in Portland, Oregon. I just want to call just to say thanks. I just started using your program about 2 months ago. I honestly thought there was pretty much no hope for me. She said that there was pretty much no chance we'd get back together. But I think it was about after 5 weeks, I used your system when things really began to turn around for me, and we are now giving it another go. Hopefully this time I'll get it right. But anyways, I just wanted to call you and say that your stuff really worked for me, so thanks again. Bye.
Am I absolutely certain that my system will solve all your problems? Of course not. But I do know that grabbing a copy of my program will dramatically improve your odds and give you a legitimate shot at waking up next to her every morning. Listen, I know there are other similar programs out there, and some of them are okay, but there's really no other system in the world like this. I know for a fact that none of the other Get Your Ex Back guides are based on the sort of proven research and relationship science that mine is. I've done my homework. Maybe that makes me a huge geek, but I'm okay with it if it means that the program is ridiculously effective. Now let me ask you, if your ex walked up to you right now and said that she'd be willing to get back together with you, that your relationship would be stronger than ever, but said that it would cost you a bucket full of cash, how much would you be willing to fork over? $500? $1,000? $10,000? Well, surely if she's the one, then you'd run to the nearest bank and withdraw your life savings, right? But don't worry, I'm not going to ask you for your life savings. Hell, I'm not even going to ask you for $200. But ask yourself, do you really love this girl? Do you really want to get your ex back? Is she the one? If the answer to those questions is yes, if this is the girl you want to be in that rocking chair beside you 50 years down the road, then it shouldn't matter what the price is, because you really can't let her get away no matter how much it costs. Do you know how rare it is to find somebody who melts your heart the way she does? Do you know how unlikely it is that you'll ever find a woman like this again, ever? A few years from now, looking back, you might be willing to pay thousands of dollars for one more chance to get her back in your life. There's nothing worse than constantly wondering, what if? Wondering if you could have done or said something that would have made her come running back to you, eager to spend a lifetime together. Normally, my system sells for $344, and I've had hundreds of guys say that it was worth every penny. But like I said, I really want you to see for yourself how well it works, and I don't want the cost to prevent you from trying it out. Several people said I was crazy to offer the program at $129, and I told them that was still too expensive for some guys. So for a limited time, I've decided to offer the entire X Factor program, everything you see here, for just $47. Yes, that's a one-time payment of $47 in exchange for a proven system that's helped thousands of guys from around the world get exactly what they're looking for: a second chance with the girl of their dreams. The entire system, everything you need to start winning her back, is available immediately after you sign up. There's no shipping fees and no waiting around for the mailman to deliver a package. Just download the program and get going now, even if it's 2 a.m. and you're in your pajamas. It's all online, and the program can be accessed on any computer or mobile device, and you don't even have to have any computer skills to open the program components and get started. Look, I know that despite everything I've said in this video so far, you may still be skeptical. Fair enough, there's a lot of garbage for sale on the internet these days. But to prove to you that I'm not a fraud and that this program really does work extremely well, I'm going to guarantee your success. Here's the deal. You sign up for my program, read it cover to cover, and apply the step-by-step strategies I've laid out. If, after reading the book and following my advice, she's somehow not begging for you to take her back, if she's not ripping your clothes off and giving you the best sex of your life, if your love isn't the strongest it's ever been, I'll give you 100% of your money back, no questions asked. Don't worry about rushing the process either. You've got a full 2 months to apply my techniques and build a new life with your girl. That's right, for a full 60 days after you sign up for my program, you can click your mouse a few times and get a 100% refund. And if you act now, you'll also be getting the audio version of my program at no additional cost. That means you'll be able to upload my training course on your iPod or your phone so you can learn my techniques at the gym or on the go. And not only that, but I'm also going to throw in 3 additional bonuses at no extra cost. The first bonus is my Make Her Fall in Love Again video series. In this comprehensive video series, you'll learn exercises that will mentally prepare you for any encounter with your ex. I know I've talked a lot about rewiring your ex's mind, but sometimes in order to do that, you need to rewire your mind too. This video series will show you a few simple neuro-linguistic exercises that will shift the way you fundamentally feel about your situation. See, I just know that sometimes you can miss your ex so much that it can be almost unbearable. But if you do these exercises, you'll find that the pain in your chest will start to fade, and you'll finally be able to live your life without that depression that can sometimes be so debilitating. Next, you'll gain access to the 10 Commandments of Sexual Attraction ebook by world-class dating expert Derek Lamont. Derek's published a multitude of best-selling ebooks on the subject of seduction and attraction, and he's one of the best pickup artists that I've ever seen. Order today, and you're going to receive some of his best work. 10 Commandments of Sexual Attraction will teach you the 10 most attractive traits that a man can possess. Apply these 10 simple rules to your life, and you'll develop a magnetic personality that women can barely resist, and your ex-girlfriend is no exception. 10 Commandments of Sexual Attraction sells for $47 on its own, but you're getting it for free with the X Factor Guide. Finally, order now and you'll also be receiving Mark Belmont's 7 Steps to Sex Appeal. I want you to picture something for a second. I want you to envision your ex-girlfriend walking into the room you're sitting in right now. She looks at you, her eyes widen, her pupils dilate, and you can sense her breathing quickens. You can just feel that she needs you in a way that she never did before. Mark Belmont is one of the world's leading appearance doctors, and in this exclusive ebook, he'll teach you 7 simple things a man can do to easily alter his appearance to become what Mark Belmont calls universally attractive. By skyrocketing your sex appeal, getting your ex-girlfriend to come crawling back to you will be easier than ever before. 7 Steps to Sex Appeal also sells for $47 by itself, but again, I'm including it in the X Factor Guide if you buy right now. By themselves, these bonuses are worth $289, but today they're free with the purchase of the X Factor Guide. And all you have to do to get started is to enter your email address in the box right below and press the big yellow button. Don't worry, when you click the button, you'll see a summary of the program costs and what you'll be receiving for your $47, plus info on my 60-day money-back guarantee. And from there, you'll literally be 2 minutes away from accessing the entire program. Oh, and one other thing you might be wondering about. I know a lot of guys hate giving their credit card information over the internet. I totally get that, and I'm the same way. But with ClickBank, you never have to worry about security or privacy. Thanks to ClickBank's payment processing system, I'll never see your credit card details. Your purchase will be secured using the most advanced encryption technology that money can buy. And that also means that if you're worried that I may not honor my 60-day money-back guarantee, ClickBank has your back and will always be there to process the refund. A lot of people ask me, if this program works as well as you say it does, then why are you only charging $47? Well, there's a simple reason for that. I'm trying to sell as many copies as I can this month to get some exposure and collect a bunch of new customer testimonials. The price will be going up by quite a significant amount in the next week or two, so if you're on the fence about signing up, then I strongly urge you to do it today before I raise the price. And don't forget, with my 100% money-back guarantee, you can always buy now at the reduced price and then email me later for a refund if you aren't totally thrilled with the program. So there's no risk and you're getting a serious discount. What are you waiting for? Enter your email address below and click the big yellow button to get started today if you want to be my next success story. At this point, the way I see it, you really have just 2 options. Option 1, you leave this website and you think about it. But like I said at the beginning of this video, you only have a limited window of opportunity to apply my psychological techniques. The longer you wait, the more likely it is that you'll push your ex-girlfriend into the arms of another man. And, I hate to say it, the more likely you are to push her straight into his bed. And if there's anything else I can guarantee, it's that this will happen eventually if you don't do something about it today. And then there's option 2. You click the big yellow button below and you take me up on my risk-free offer. You'll be literally 3 minutes away from planting the seeds of attraction inside your ex's mind, and you'll gain an unfair advantage over every other man that's trying to seduce her. And again, you're backed by my ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee, so there's literally no risk on your part. All you have to do to get started is enter your email address below and click the big yellow button. You can start learning exactly what to say and what to do to her to make her infatuated with you again, obsessed with you again. You'll finally be able to feel the way that only she can make you feel, all by using my patented 3R system. You'll flood her entire body with lust and adoration just by saying a few lines to her. And I can't even begin to tell you how successful this program has been for other men all around the world. Please be another one of my success stories. And all you have to do is just enter your email address and click the big yellow button. Don't waste another second. The longer you wait, the more likely it is your ex-girlfriend could be falling for another guy. Sorry if that sounds harsh, but deep down you know it's the truth. She's not going to be single forever. And when she does fall for another man, what then? At that point, your window of opportunity closes rapidly, so the sooner you try the X Factor guide, the better. Don't take that risk and just click the big yellow button below right now. I've poured years and years of research into this system, and I want you to try it now. You won't regret it. Thank you. Still here? Here are some of the most common questions I get asked about my program. What happens if I decide the program isn't for me and I want to take you up on your 100% money back guarantee? Like I said, getting a refund is easy. All you have to do is email me at brad@xfactorguide.com and provide me with your ClickBank receipt number. Then I'll process your free refund through ClickBank. Simple. Even in the extreme unlikely event you can't get a hold of me to process your refund, ClickBank has your back and you can contact them directly to get your refund. My ex and I broke it up more than a year ago. Will this work for me? A lot of my clients ask whether it's possible for them to get their ex back when it's been months or even a year since their breakup. Again, I have to be honest and tell you that the longer you wait, the less likely you are to get back together with your ex. However, in some cases, a long period of time between breakups may actually be a good thing. And again, this all depends on your situation, and all your concerns will be addressed in my program. My ex and I live in different cities. Will the X Factor guide work for me? Again, I have to be honest and say that for most long-distance situations, getting back together with your ex can be much more difficult. However, if you stick to the material that I outline in my program, you are guaranteed to have the best chance possible of regaining the love of your life. In fact, there are sections in the book that cover things you should be doing if your ex lives far away from you. What if I still live with my ex? What if I see them every day at work or school? The vast majority of my program will still apply to you, and at certain situations throughout the program, I mention how to adapt a particular technique or strategy to situations where you still see your ex regularly. Now, there are actually some advantages to living or regularly interacting with your ex after the breakup, and you'll learn more about that in the program. When will I receive my product? Once you click the big yellow button below, you're literally less than 5 minutes from accessing the entire X Factor Guide program, which means you can start the process of winning back your ex in just a few minutes from now. Brad, how do you know so much about breakups? Are you really an expert? People often ask me things like, how do you know so much about reversing breakups? And where did you learn this stuff? Now, I'd love to tell you a story about how I traveled to Tibet where a Buddhist monk revealed an ancient secret, but frankly, the truth is not nearly that interesting, and it definitely doesn't involve any Buddhist monks. First of all, I'm a psychology geek, and I studied both social psychology and relationship dynamics in university. So I already knew a fair bit about romantic relationships, human behavior, and what makes people tick. And as I mentioned, I've been a relationship coach for a decade or so, focusing mainly on breakups. After a few years working day in and day out with people experiencing the hellish days and weeks after a tough breakup, my office began to fill up with client files. One day I decided to embark on an ambitious project to analyze each client's file, writing down key points about what happened and whether or not the client was able to win back their ex. After many painfully boring hours plotting data in spreadsheets, I began to see some trends appear. My clients who were able to save their relationship and start fresh with their ex did and said certain things that the unsuccessful clients didn't. With thousands of client files providing the data, it wasn't hard to figure out what was working and what was leading to disaster. This formed the basis of my strategies, and I've since worked with psychologists and other people that are a lot smarter than I am to fine-tune them and develop a foolproof step-by-step system. I'm continuing to learn every day, and I'm sure there's plenty more I still have yet to discover, but by now I'm fairly confident that my strategies offer the simplest, most effective road to reversing a breakup and rebuilding a relationship that's oozing with genuine passion and a deep romantic connection. Do you offer personal coaching? I no longer offer Skype or phone coaching. However, if you sign up for my program right now, you'll receive an offer for personal email coaching. For more information, buy the book and you'll immediately be brought to a page containing information about how to get personalized, tailored advice. How do I view the product and will it work for Mac, PC, iOS, Android? My program is fully compatible with all devices. All the ebooks in my program are in PDF format and can be read on any device. The audio version of the program is in MP3 format and is also compatible with all devices. Still not convinced? Here are a few more testimonials. These are just a handful of ones that I get every single day. Jesus Sanchez from Reno, Nevada says, "Okay guys, let me just say that Brad Browning is an effing genius. His book basically saved my relationship, and it only took like 2 weeks. If you're considering buying Brad's book, here's my advice. Do it." Ashley Chu from Ann Arbor, Michigan says, "To everyone who is thinking about buying Brad's program, do it. It's worth every penny. His book and personal email help were absolutely critical to getting my boyfriend to overcome his commitment issues. Highly recommended." And Quint from Plymouth, UK says, "What's up, Brad? Just wanted to send you my testimonial since your program worked so well. Don't think I could have gotten back together with my ex if I hadn't signed up to your program. Absolutely awesome stuff. Thanks a lot, man. I guess I owe you a beer." Emma S. from Austin, Texas says, "Brad, I literally cannot believe how well the magic texts worked when I sent them to my ex-boyfriend. He called me right after that, and after only a couple weeks, we're already pretty much back together. It all began with your text messaging ideas. You rock." Rohit Bhatti from India says, "Hi Brad, here's a testimonial for you, because your emails and book were the reason my ex is back in my arms again. So thank you for all your help and advices. I'm so happy now to have her back with me. Wish you all the best and thanks again." Joanna Eriksson from Sweden says, "Brad, your advice literally turned my situation upside down. I was really messing things up with my ex-husband David before I took the plunge and bought your book and started following your advice. Thanks so much for writing it." What else do I need to know? Nothing. You just need to enter your email address in the box below and click the big yellow button to start the process of winning back your ex. If you still have questions about my program or your specific situation, feel free to email me. My address is brad@bradbrowning.com. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching this video and all the best. See you on the other side. Bye for now.